I am Crystal Sky, and today I would like to talk to you about the Pilot Color Eno pencils. Now, these are mechanical colored pencils. These are their competitor, the Papermate Clearpoint colored pencils. And I'm going to be comparing them, showing you why I like the Pilot Color Eno better. And look at all these pretty colors. So let's get started, shall we? We're going to got some fuzz here. So let me show you guys what I've been sketching with them. I've also been doing some coloring with them. So what I've been loving doing is I would take the lighter colors, mostly the teal and the blue, my two favorite colors, and I would lightly sketch in teal. And then I would come back over and do the details in dark blue, and that seems to work really well. If you can see here, I was able to get exactly what I wanted, and I liked the way it turned out. I also did some shading and some stuff, and that seems to work out pretty well too. Here I did, it's candy time with little reaps there in teal. This one I did yellow, orange, and pink. And again, I like the way it turned out, going with a light color and then doing the details in a darker color. And they're all erasable, and they're all, you can layer them all on top of each other, and it just was really nice. Here we have some, this is the difference between the red and the pink. Very little difference. The red is not very red. It's more of a pinkish red. But again, it turns out pretty good. I love sketching in the teal. We have some different colors here, and this is the same. I'm sketching in the same color. This is my new favorite sketch pencil, honestly. It's just fun to draw with it. Here I did the same thing. The teal is the basic skeleton of the character, and then I added in the details in the dark blue. Turned out pretty good. So on the bottom of here, this is just a messy work page. Let me show you guys how they layer. So I'm going to put the teal down first. This is a creepy alien. She was meant to be creepy. I'm gonna lightly layer the teal down here. Let's get a light shade and then go a little bit darker. You can get pretty dark shades with this pencil. Honestly, you can get a pretty good gradient as well. Just the gradient with one color there. And then we'll go in with a dark here. This is the dark blue. I thought for a minute it was purple, but the purple sometimes I confuse. So we'll go into a lighter with it. You have to forgive my whole arm moving it. Just layer them on top of each other. So I'm doing light layer on top of light layer, just like you would do with a colored pencil. Don't want to go too hard. It's pretty easy to go too hard with these pencils, honestly. Which is fine because I have a heavy hand to begin with. As you can see, they're layering pretty nice. Oops, let me put my hand here so everybody can see. I don't keep moving it around so much. As you can see, they're layering pretty together. You can see the teal and the blue mingling together here. And I could go over this and layer it as many times as I wanted, honestly. But we're gonna stop there. So you guys can see the lighter with the gradients in the middle, the gradients in. They work like colored pencils, and it's fantastic. I love these pencils. I have had a tip break on me. I believe it was the green. The green tip did break on me, but it didn't break too much. So that was the thing. I bought these for $10 for the entire set. I think it was $9.98 on Amazon. They came in a little plastic bag, which the packaging was awful, but the contents of the pens were really, really nice. With Prime, I got 2-day free shipping, and I really, really love them. And let's just see here. This is just a basic eraser here. Let's erase some of it. Let's erase a corner here. And as you can see, they're completely erasable. So that's great. Let's talk about the difference between this is the blue and this is the blue here. So we'll just do a swatch here to show you guys, and then a swatch here. So this color for the blue here, I don't have all the same colors, but this color for the blue here is definitely more blue. definitely like a more purpley blue almost, I would say, in the color palettes here. In general, these pens feel much cheaper to touch. The outer plastic feels very cheaper. These feel much heavier. The grip is a nice, it's a very, very nice plasticky grip that is very grippy and does its job pretty well. The eraser is uncovered and moves in this way, whereas the eraser does not move up and down here, and you just pull it off. The color is on the top here, but it's around the top around the eraser up here. The branding is pretty much just on this clip here, whereas the branding is in multiple places because it's a very long name. These are both 0.7 millimeters in size, the tips. The grip here feels very plasticky. The entire pen of the Clearpoint feels very plasticky. These feel much more substantial, and it's a little bit heavier. I wouldn't say that it would be too heavy if you picked these both up and you drew or wrote with them for a very long time. Your hand would not be crushed on either of them. They're not that heavy, but this one is definitely heavier than this one. I haven't gotten the chance to refill these, but they are refillable on both of them, and the refills are a little more expensive on the Pilot color, you know, at least on Amazon where I checked. The lead on these has not broken on me except for that green the one time when I first started to use them. Not nearly as much as the Clearpoints, which, as I've said before, breaks on me literally all the time. I don't feel like I need to pull the lead out as much. So both of these, as you can see here, the lead on the Pilot is pulled out a lot less than the lead on the Papermate. And with the way that the Papermate is, I always feel like I need to pull it out more to get fine strokes. So you can see that one was really messy. But to get fine strokes like this, I feel like I need to pull it out more. But I shaded with this pencil, and it's not out very far at all. It doesn't even look like it's about to break. So let's shade a little bit more, and yeah, nothing. So, in my opinion, I like these pencils a lot better. These were more expensive. I believe I got a pack of 3 of these for about $20 at Target. So these were more expensive. They feel cheaper. The lead breaks more often. The colors, in my opinion, are not as nice. I prefer the colors on the Pilot color, you know. The tips, it feels like you need to pull them out further than the tip mechanism on here. Maybe because the point is actually clear. It's funny that they call this the clear point, but the point here is all blue. Maybe because the point is clear, it's easier to see the tip. The only color I would have to say, so bad things about this, I don't really like the yellow. And as you can see here, you can probably barely see it in the camera. I can barely see this color when I'm sketching, like at all. I opt not to use it because I literally cannot see it. Let's go on a different paper. So like if I'm drawing a circle here, and I want to get a base down, because it's a light color, so I'd use it as a base. Right? I can barely see it to sketch over it. So if I want to add details like hair, I would go in with the orange. But if I were to ink it, I wouldn't be able to see it. Right? So let's just add a face here. I'd have to go over it again in orange, which would defeat the purpose of the sketching lines, because then I'd just have to ink it anyway. So the yellow, I'm not a fan of this color. If I were to pick again, there are no packs without the yellow, but I would prefer a pack without the yellow. I'm not a fan. I love the blue, I love the pink, I love the green, I love pretty much every color except the yellow. I love the way they feel on the paper, and they work well with pretty much every medium. I've used water with them, and they work just fine. And they don't smudge or bleed or anything like that, like some of the, like the Papermate sometimes does. So anyway, guys, that's my review of these pencils. I love them very much. If you like sketching in colored pencil with an eraser option, I would definitely pick these up. If you have a heavy hand, you have to be a little bit careful not to completely go nuts. But it's much different from the Papermate where I press down a little bit and the whole entire tip breaks. You can also do shading, which you can't do on the Papermate. So I would definitely, they're actually cheaper as well. I could go on and on. Anyway, I will see you later. Thank you so much for watching. I love these pencils, and I really, really suggest if you like sketching in this color to pick them up. They're one of my favorites. I'm going to have them on my desk always, and I'm definitely going to buy some refills for them and refill them because they're just that much. They've become my favorite sketching tool since I got them a couple weeks ago. So I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching, and bye!